What is a working person? It's kind of got a sort of echoes of, there's kind of a sort of a partridge thing there, isn't there? You know, what is a working person? There's a reason for asking this, and I'm sure if you've been listening to Mike and Alex, you'll be familiar with the story that landlords and also shareholders face being hit with big tax rises because they're not defined, according to Keir Starmer, as working people. The Prime Minister fuelled alarm at the looming raids by Rachel Reeves, as he suggested. Those with assets will be targeted by Labour. The Chancellor is expected to impose the biggest tax hikes in 3 decades on Wednesday, raising around £35 billion extra to take the burden on Brits to a record high. And of course, we already know that Rachel Reeves is going to fiddle with her abacus of financial doom in order to borrow even more money. There's going to be loads of money swishing around the pot, but they've got to get it from somewhere, borrow some and tax others. Keir Starmer's been under pressure to set out what a working person is after Labour's manifesto said they would be shielded from increases. Oh man, I bet they regret the day they said that, a working person. You see, here's where the problem is for the Labour Party. In their mind, in their inherent political philosophy, they believe that they think they can see what a working person is. You know, a working person goes down the pit, a working person lays bricks, a working person serves dinner in schools. They are working people, works in a steel factory. That's a working person. Because that's how they rumble, that's how they kind of tick. And I'm not even trying to be smart about this. I genuinely believe that the likes of Angela Rayner, and the more we see it, I think it's alarmingly obvious in Keir Starmer as well, it's just a working class stereotype. That is what they're seeing. So when they talk about a working person, because they don't understand business, and no one, I mean, literally no one, the most horrifying stat out of this government is that no one on the front bench has ever run anything, has got no experience of business at all. So in their mind, they genuinely feel they have preened their virtuous whiskers just by using the phrase, we all know a working person is, get their hands grubby. That's a working person. And you think, hang on a sec, mate, are you for real? Do you not know what a working person... So is an architect not a working person, just as an obvious example? Does that not count? Because that architect sounds like a bit qualified and, you know, a little bit middle class maybe. So if you're an architect, you're not a working person. Is that where they're going with this? If you own a corner shop, there's an obvious example, you know, small retailer. Are you not a working person? What do they mean by a working person? You see, this is a class war issue with Labour. Let's make no bones about this. This is exactly where they're at on this. No, we didn't mean all working people. We just meant, you know, a certain amount of working people. Just some working people, not all working people. Right, OK. So who are the some working people that get a break and the other working people who are apparently surplus to requirements and will get a tax hike? 0344 499 1000. What is a working person then in their minds? I genuinely believe in that kind of Rayner-esque, Starmer-esque, Lammy-esque, Reeves-esque sort of way that it's that. They just sense it's about people who work in coal mines. Not about anyone else, just about that lot. I think they will rue the day that they came out with this phrase, working person. We know there's going to be a hammering for small businesses with employers' national insurance. As sure as night follows day, that one's going to happen.